Hey, what's going on, guys? Bringing you guys the AFC East post-draft grades. I'm going to start off with the New England Patriots. They went with the first-round selection in Chandler Jones, the defensive end. First-round selection in Dante Hightower, the inside linebacker. They traded up for both guys from 27 and 31 to 21 and 25. Now, both these guys are going to be impact players right away. They needed help in the front seven. That's what they went out and did early in the draft. They went with Tavon Wilson, the safety, in the second round. They were dressing the secondary because it was the 31st ranked secondary last year behind the Green Bay Packers, or in front of the Green Bay Packers. Jake Paquette, the defensive end, in the third round. More D-line help. Defensive end. Nate Ebner, defensive back, in the 6th round. Alfonso Denard in the 7th round. This is probably the only 7th round pick I'm going to talk about with all these post-draft coverages. Alfonso Denard, very, very, very early on, I had him as a first-round prospect. He fell all the way to the 7th round. I actually had him going as the Patriots in the first round in my first mock draft. He went all the way to the 7th round. They picked him up. I thought it was an interesting move. They needed, more cornerback depth. I thought it was a pretty solid pick. Jeremy Ebert, the wide receiver, in the 7th round as well. Overall, I thought it was a good draft for them. I'd give them an A-. Jets. Quinton Coples, questionable pick. They picked him over Melvin Ingram and a couple other pass rushers. Coples, I had him as higher usually than Melvin Ingram throughout all my draft boards. But later on, I thought Melvin could go higher than him. They picked Coples over him. Second round, they went Stephen Hill, who I thought could go as early as the first round. Only thing is, he lacked production in college. He was a workout warrior at the combine, so he went up to he was drafted in the second round by the Jets. They needed a wide receiver. Demario Davis in the 3rd round, the outside linebacker. There's an additional pass rusher there for their defense. And then they had 5 picks in 6th and 7th round, being a defensive back, running back, offensive guard, safety, and wide receiver. Overall, I thought it was an okay draft. Nothing spectacular out of this one. I'd give them a B-. Dolphins, they went with Ryan Tannehill. If this is a quarterback of their future, their grade should be a little bit higher, but I'll give them their grade in a second. Jonathan Martin, the offensive tackle, who I'd go in as a first-round pick for sure, fell to the 2nd round. They're protecting their investment if Tannehill or whoever's going to be starting week 1. Oliver Vernon, the defensive end, in the 3rd round. They needed an additional pass rusher. Michael Agnew, a tight end. That's a weapon. They have Fasano there, a tight end, but they could have 1-2 punch with Fasano and Agnew. Lamar Miller, a very interesting pick. He fell all the way to the 4th round. They have Bush on the roster, Reggie Bush. They have Daniel Thomas, a 2nd round selection last year, and then they went with Lamar Miller. There's talk that he could be placed in wide receiver this year in Miami. Josh Kidu, the outside linebacker. Then they went a wide receiver, defensive tackle, wide receiver. I thought they could have gone wide receiver early, but they went with a 6th and 7th round wide receiver. I don't know. It was questionable there, but I'd give them a B. I thought it was a very alright draft. Bills, I thought they had a better draft than the Dolphins and the Jets. They went Stephon Gilmore, cornerback. They're shoring up more secondary on an already improved front 7. So they went secondary with their first pick in Stephon Gilmore. Cordy Glenn, they're protecting Fitzpatrick. I had him as a first rounder. He fell to the 2nd round. TJ Graham, they needed more wide receiver depth. They went out and grabbed that in the 3rd round. Nigel Bradham, the outside linebacker, addressing more defense. This Bills defense, I'm really impressed with what they've done in this offseason. Watch out for this Bills defense come 2012 season. I'm serious. Watch out. Remember I said this. Watch out for the Bills defense. Ron Brooks, cornerback, in the 4th round. Then they went Zabri Sanders, an offensive tackle, protecting Fitzpatrick even more. I had him projected a little bit higher. He went in the 5th round. Then they went outside linebacker, offensive guard, and kicker in the 7th. Overall, I thought it was a good draft for them. I'd give them a B+, maybe a little bit higher, maybe an A-, but I really liked how the Bills drafted, and I really like what they did in this offseason. So that's all I got for the AFC East. If you guys like what you saw, I'd appreciate if you hit the subscribe button, but that's all I got for you guys. I'm out.